The magic message isn't just a simple story about a boy and his village. For me, it felt very close to real life, especially in places where development is uneven and children grow up seeing problems as part of their daily routine. I want to tell the story as if I am sharing with someone else because the story made me think, feel, and even hope. The story begins with Labi, a boy who wakes up late again and again, rushing to school through damaged roads. When I imagined the scene, I could clearly feel his tiredness and frustration. He has to walk along muddy, broken streets and even change his dirty clothes before school starts. I feel sorry for him, but at the same time, I admire him because he keeps going to school and no matter how difficult the journey is. This reminds me that many children do not struggle with lessons, but with access roads, facilities, and also basic support. Labi's mind often wanders in class, especially when he remembers the neighbor talking about Mr. Hari, a man who will teach villagers how to write. At first, even Labi is confused. What kind of writing is this? What is a change message? I like how story calls it a magic message because it shows how powerful words can be when they are shared with the right people. At this point, I also felt curious just like Labi. I want to know how writing could really change a whole village. The condition of Labi village is described very realistically, with trucks carrying overloaded bombs, oil damage on the road, especially when it rains. The mud floods the streets, making it dangerous for children to ride bicycles. This part of the story feels like a fact taken from real life. In many rural areas, heavy industry often benefits companies but leaves local communities with broken infrastructure. Library school even needs renovation, but high transportation costs make it difficult. This shows how one problem can affect many aspects of life: education, safety, and even children's dream. When father finally takes Labi to school to see where Mr. Hari will teach, I can feel Labi's excitement and impatience. He wants to learn, he wants to help, and he wants to be part of something bigger. I really like this part because it shows that children are not just passive victims, they want to contribute if given the chance. The turning point of the story for me is when Labi helps his grandfather write news on a cell phone. This is when the magic message story appears. Labi writes simple facts: what happened, who was involved, where and when it happened. These are basic journalistic elements, but they come very powerful. The message reaches a newspaper, then television stations, and finally the palm oil company itself. This is not just a magic and fantasy sense, it is a real power of information and media. From this story, I learned an important fact related to the story. Media and technology can amplify voices that are usually ignored. A simple cell phone, something many people take for granted, becomes a tool for social change. The villagers are finally heard, and the company promises to fix the road. This shows that telling the truth when done correctly and responsibly can lead to real action. My opinion about this story is that I think it is very inspiring, meaningful, and educational, but it doesn't feel boring at all. It teaches readers that writing is not just for exams or books, but also for justice and change. Mr. Hardy does not teach people to write beautifully, he teaches them to write honestly. That message really stayed with me. The reason why I want others to read his story is because it opens our eyes. It reminds us that small action like writing a message or sharing news can have a big impact. It also encourages young people to believe that their skills, simple, even simple ones, really matters. Libby's dream of becoming like Mr. Hardy feels realistic and motivating, especially for students who want to make a difference in society. Especially for students who want to make a difference in society. In the end of the story, when Labby is late again but still has time for breakfast, I smiled. It feels symbolic. Life is still imperfect, but things are changing. The roads will be fixed. The village will no longer silent. I and Labby now will understand the power of words. For me, the magic message is not just a story. It is a reminder that truth, technology, and courage can work together to create change.